Hey, this is Jupiter Exile. Welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time we were able to take out Moog, the Lord of Blood, and we were running around for a while, just kind of picking up various dangling quest chains, addressing the updates from the patch, and we're actually still going to be working on that for a bit. So, I wound up having to look up the direction of this guy I was missing, which is in this vicinity. He should be around where I got the map. Somewhat near the junction or the crossroads, I think. Let's see, I don't think it's near this junction, this crossroads. It's not up near the windmills. Oh. That's probably something. Should get a beacon on it. I think I explored this while I was running around, and I think I've been over here, even though it didn't come up with a marker of any kind. Right, there were a couple of things I marked as well last time I was playing. So let's go to Liurnia first, and then I'm going to look for the priest. And then I've got some old Limgrave business with some night fights that I did not do. Okay, this looks like it's just a little, okay, that is probably not anything too significant. These you can't talk to unless you dismount. I probably already talked to this one. Puppets besiege us. Okay. You know, I've been around this area before, and I've always gone around that little divot in the middle, because the divot in the middle is full of enemies. I don't really want to deal with all that many guys. Several wolves, beast blood. And there's a message there that I don't think I can read without being very thoroughly beset by wolves. Whoops. Bit of an overshot, but we're okay. Got the puppet siege going on. And I wanted to check out up over here. Looks like there's a tower on this hilltop. And I'm not sure if I've been up here. Oh, we've got spirits, and something's shooting us. Ouch. What's at the top of this? Oh, we got a chest halfway up, unopened as of yet. Ow. Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook. Okay, that'll let us cast some, like, casty stuff. Craft some casty stuff. I think I said cast twice there. Okay, nothing on this level. And at the very tip top, there's some guy shooting deadly arrows, right? You would be the guilty party. Farewell. And we've got the Carrion Glint Blade Staff. That is probably a pretty solid weapon, especially if you're using Glint Blade Sorcery. I'm guessing it's got a specific power-up for that. So, we found a thing that I had not found. Cool. So, heading over here... So unfortunately, now that I've found the map, I can't actually tell where the heck the map waystone was. Has that always been the case? Like, I don't know if I've ever successfully identified one of those after having found the map. They're very easy to find on the map if you don't already have the map. Wait a minute. Oh, I've never been out here either, have I? Nope, because both of those are underground, and I never jumped off of this. So that is something else hanging out, some kind of secret. I'll get to that in a second. Let's look for Brother Cornyn. I think he's in this vicinity. So I found this highway junction, this grace point, only last night. I generally didn't run along the middle platform in Altus. Okay, so basically, did I already get this? I think I already got this. Yeah, because there's no golden seed here. So I need to find where the map point was that where the point was that I got the map, because that is apparently where Brother Cornyn is hanging out. But I've honestly got no idea. I feel like it would have to be somewhere near this road, probably before the split. Maybe it's a little bit to the south of the road in the woods there. That's something I didn't check out last night when I was fishing around. It's not Brother Cornyn, it's Brother Corhin? Corin, I think? It's a peculiar spelling, actually. Waking up some misshapen bird people. Excuse me. Taking a quick look around for some items. I'm not seeing much. And this puts me back more or less at the Grand Lift of Dectus. So I know that when I came here, I was looking for the map pretty shortly after getting here. I thought I had imagined it being along this road. Or was the map closer to the other entrance? Let's see, because the other way in was over here at the abandoned coffin. And I think that's actually how I first made it into Altus Plateau. And a lot of my exploration was kind of derived from that. Alright, let me see if I can just find this on the map. North of Altus Highway Junction, site of Grace. Okay, I just need to go further north along the road, theoretically. So be after the split, I take the road on the left, past the Grace, and I just keep going north for a bit. This is probably a circumstance that I just earnestly overlooked. I think I was avoiding some of the larger enemies and the enemy packs that were on the road here. So theoretically, it should be along this way. And I was checking out this direction yesterday, but I apparently overlooked him. Oh, here he is. He's just a little difficult to see.
How delightful to meet a familiar.
He blends in.
Doing some learning of and will happily.
I could easily just.
That its incantations bear no lineage. Very well.
Oh, it's a Two Fingers prayer book, but it has
From your
about that.
description, of course. Bless the golden to you too.
Okay, he's got some other incantations that I think I might want to pick up. Catch Flame, Black Flame. I wanted to get Black Flame Blade, actually. Even though it's a little difficult to cast. I also want to grab Cure Poison, possibly Lord's Aid, Magic Fortification. Yeah, these are just good ideas to have.
May the golden.
So before you get a move on, let me just quickly pop something. Let's use a couple of these. Yeah, it's probably enough.
I will soon. It is in time.
And let's just grab the full listing. Oh, some of these are pretty expensive. All right.
May the gold.
Let's not fool around.
I will soon. It is in time. May the gold.
And a little more. I need a total of 13,000. That should be enough.
I will. It is entirely.
we go.
May the golden...
So I think now he's going to relocate over to Goldmask's location, so I can pop across the bridge. Oh. And I should be able to chat with the both of them by way of this way portal. Yeah. Yep, there's the two of them. Will Goldmask be responsive now, I wonder?
Thanks to you, and taken my place. Have no fear, though we must do so quietly.
Oh, he's got one more. Discus of Light.
The Master, while I frantically attempt to record his wisdom, the movement of his finger, though I am yet to comprehend even the ding, I know that this, the Golden Order, has bestowed me. May the Golden Order...
All right, then. The movements of his finger. Right.
Further study of... Indeed, may the Golden...
Okay. There's no grace here to rest at, so I don't know if I need to progress their dialogue further. I'm gonna come back here later and muck with that. So the next thing I need to worry about, the next thing I left behind, is some night encounters back in Limgrave. Like 3 of them. Actually, I think it's a couple in Limgrave, one in Liurnia, one in Kalis. So the time of day is late day. I need for it to be night. Okay. And now at nighttime in the vicinity of the War Master's shack, there should be a fight around here somewhere. I don't know where exactly it is relative to the shack. Ride around a bit. Possibly until I see a bunch of messages on the floor. Well, I suppose I never found that. I got this, though. We are very roughly in the vicinity of the War Master's shack at night. And I suppose there's something about this location I don't have correct. This owl has glowing eyes. Do all owls have glowing eyes? From the slumbering egg. I think that's typical for owls, actually. There's another structure over here. Is it by this? Oh, there's something. That bell sound, I think, is significant. Oh, that's just me walking over a trap, isn't it? It's just a regular old alert trap. Ah, whatever. Alright. To find out where this is. We can come back at the stake. It's fine. I'm gonna have to actually change the time, so the stake won't work. Okay. Okay, so you should be northeast of the shack. In this general vicinity, I think. And it's morning now, so I need to go to the shack and wait until night again. I can see plenty of bloodstains here. Okay, I was up here a moment ago on Torrent, though. He didn't show up. So... what's the deal? Alright. Let me go back to the spot where I found bloodstains. War Master Shack itself. There's clearly people who were fighting a boss at night. Like, around here. Okay, so I can't get him to show up. So killing this guy theoretically gives you the ability to buy beast bones. And that would be pretty useful. But I suppose it's not meant to be. Alright, so what about his other locations? So theoretically, he's got a couple of other nighttime locations. One of which is the Church of Vows, at night, again. Okay, it is currently night at the Church of Vows. Currently, I can still mount up. I can see there are definitely points here where people have died. There we go. Okay, so I can't trigger a proper backstab on him. I have to just fight him normally. And this is the same enemy model as the one that is in the, what's it called? In the Shaded Castle. Wait until night. There we go. And now he's not here, but the turtle's here.
Greetings. To experience the absolution will.
So I rest, it's night, I get up, I turn around. Okay, now the turtle's not here. And that's that. Okay. The Meat Peddler's Bell Bearing. Next spot for him is the Hermit Merchant's Shack. So we head over here. It is currently nighttime. Will that kill us in one? Not quite. That being said, getting snagged on that banister will get us killed. Fun.
Divorce.
Oh, hey. Sure, I'll buy one of those. One of those too, why not? I didn't realize there was more information hanging out. Below the capital? Yeah, that's the trick that he just sold me. That is the one I definitely didn't have before. I had to figure that out on my own. Last time tonight. Merchant's still there. So we rest, turn around, merchant's gone. That was really close. Yeah, he's definitely tougher in this case. I expected as much. He's in Altus. Alright, well. Grab Maroons, wait till night. Merchant's still there. Rest of the Grace. Merchant's gone. I'll go at it extra strong. Ouch. I didn't dodge it in time. Bummer. Well, there goes a Rune Arc. First attempt was better. I didn't actually get the down on him that attempt at all. I think it's the full charge when he's spawning in and then like 2 jump slashes in pretty short order afterwards. If I'm remembering correct. Anyway. Nightfall. A little bit of coffee. Merchant's still there. Rest. Merchant's gone. Slurp. Oh, come on. I couldn't, like, I couldn't get any button to come out there. Alright, so taking the riposte on the stun is definitely the right answer here. Let me see. I wonder if I might do better with a different weapon. Because I'm not triggering bleed on him. I know that his armor gives very high robustness. Oh, this is with the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman, which might be helping. I have no idea. But let's try this with my axe. And let's actually try this with the axe and the axe talisman. Rest, past time, nightfall. So I actually think that I may not be able to get the bell bearing I was looking for if I can't get him to spawn up the merchant's shack. So that's the one for bone, and that's actually the one I needed. Well, the one I needed most, I suppose. That one-shot me. Alright, so I guess that's the difference when we take off the Ring of Steel Protection. So I'm glad I have a Ring of Steel Protection now. I don't enjoy getting one-shot by stuff. It's kind of annoying. But now we have to wait until night again. The whole thing. Wait until nightfall. Rest of the Grace. I think the issue with that is waiting, I think, doesn't reload the map. Only resting does. Yeah, okay. I can't get in a jump attack between those. I need to dodge the full sequence. Oh, I should also be using Royal Knight's Resolve, actually. I could be doing a lot more damage. This is definitely one case where the guy has a perfectly fair attack pattern that I even know. I'm just being really lazy about addressing it. Well, that's a neat trick. Didn't quite get to me. Ouch. I'm really bad at the cadence of that third hit. I could certainly learn to do better there. Nightfall, 1 extra rest. And he's gone. Ah. I mean, naturally, it's a fight where recovery is very difficult because he's got attacks for every range. I just have to dodge a couple of times. One other thing. I don't have the reagents for more exalted meat, do I? I don't think so. I could throw a grease on, right? There's the exalted flesh. I'm missing lumps of flesh. Swap this out for... I am going to try lightning grease. I think this is pretty effective against, like, heavily armored targets. Nightfall. We rest. This reloads everything. I still don't know if Royal Knight's Resolve stacks with greases. Really don't think it does. Dodge that too early. He can just keep doing that as long as he wants. It's awful. It's just a really, really bad fight to take any hit. Was I doing better with the other weapon? Probably, yeah. Let's go back to the Bloodhound's Fang. Let's reload the guy again. Like, it's no wonder that I did not encounter some of these guys when I was running around, and even if I did, like, reloading them every time would be such a pain in the neck. Delayed slashes. Oh, my attack didn't come out after the dodge. Awesome. Oh, that was very close. I almost had him. And I'm still not proccing bleed on him. I'm pretty confident he is highly resistant to bleed. Which I know because I'm wearing a lot of his armor. It's a cool looking armor set. Till nightfall. And we rest. And we drink. I'm gonna rune up this time. Get the grease. And let's fight. Because he's got like 3 or 4 different follow-up swing speeds based on stab, overhead slam, red sweep, red slam. I'm not going to blow any more rune arcs on this. It's not worth that much to get like a marginal amount of extra damage. I just need to dodge him about 3 or 4 times. 3 or 4 full sequences of dodges, that is. Could I do a Bloodfang Blade setup on him? I'd start getting one shot if I pivoted anything to Faith. What was the Faith requirement on Godslayer Flame? I think it was higher. Yeah, it's 17. Definitely need something else for that other than the 12 Faith Bloodflame Blade. I could do Poison Armament, but... I mean, what's the immunity like on that armor set? It's okay. I don't think it's relevant. I'm not hitting him that many times. Oh. Drink. And he just does that for a while. Ah, barely. Whew. Okay, finally got him. And there's the Medicine Peddler's Bell Bearing. I think there's like one more location for this guy. In Dragon Barrow. Okay. I need to find out if the Bone Peddler's bell bearing is missable. It seems to me like it's just gone because that guy is not spawning back there. Okay, let me just try again and see if I can get him to show up. This should be like the lowest health variant, and this is one of the items I need the most because I just got the meat peddlers and the medicine peddlers. I need the There he is. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I could like mess around with that one a lot more. And there would be the Bone Peddler's bell bearing. Okay, okay. The last one, I'm not sure if I need or not. It's in Kalis. I think it's the Isolated Merchant. I think it's somewhere around here. The one up in Altus actually dropped a reasonable amount of stuff. There's no merchant here right now. I think I just heard the tone. That popped me. All right. Whoops. This one might be as tough or tougher than the Altus guy, actually. Let's see. I don't want to lose this 20k. So, let me run out and grab this. This explains why bell-bearing hunting was mentioned on the armor set when I got it. I had no idea. And it should take one more rest. That should spawn him. Oh, he can one-shot me. He can one-shot me with a basic swing. So he's definitely stronger than the Altus variant. Actually, he's stronger than the Shaded Castle boss if he can one-shot me like that. While I'm under the effect of these buffs, and I have the Dragon Ring that I didn't have before, and the Shield Ring. That's actually really crazy. I'm going to try this one more time. I want to know if that's a fluke, to some extent. I also want to make sure I can get the full R2 off when he spawns in. As they should have about the same stagger properties, so fully charged R2 into the full R2 string into a leaping attack should be enough to stun him. I did that wrong. This will instant kill me. Okay. The Altus variant didn't hit me with that one, so that one I kind of expect to be an instant kill no matter what. Those attacks are hugely telegraphed, but, like, it's still hard to dodge them correctly. It's like, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But how do you know when it actually becomes a thing? Like, how do you know just by looking at the attack when it's actually going to hit you? Okay. Correct on the stun numbers, but this guy's got a lot more HP, like a truckload. And I can't dodge that after a leap slam with this weapon. I would have to switch off to a weaker weapon. And even then, like, I only half killed him. This setup was 3/4 killing every other variant of this guy. So I'm going to put a marker on the map to note that there's a fight here. But I'm going to grab my runes and go back and spend them. Because I can have better access to a heck of a lot of consumables. Just turn in these bell bearings. Yeah, I think the lesson there is that this weapon is the wrong weapon for some of those serious fights. Is it's just got that really comically long delay time. And we're not always going to be able to stomach that. Which is fine. Bone peddlers, meat peddlers, medicine peddlers. These will all become part of the standard shop. So we've got slivers of meat, lumps of flesh, turtleneck meat, and both types of bones. You get like 50 of those. And oddly enough, you can't sell anything at the Twin Maiden Husks. I don't know why they did that. More than that. I want to be really stocked. This is what I need to be stocked on. It's only enough for 20 beast bones, 20 lumps of flesh. So that's actually still pretty expensive. But with that, I can now make, like, a lot of exotic flesh, of exalted flesh. So lumps of flesh, arteria leaves are going to become my actual limiter on that, which is kind of what it looks like is supposed to be the case. So that's better. Albinoric pots. Oh, that's how you impede heat. Healing using a flask of tears specifically. Part of me was wondering, like, wait a minute, if I threw that at the Lord of Blood, would that keep his health low during the phase transition? There's no chance. Okay. With that resolved, I think we're on to just drilling Loretta at the Halig Tree. Should be the Halig Tree Town Elevator. Let's see. So we don't have a lot of changes compared to the last time we were doing this. We just got to kind of learn it and work with it. I have the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman now, but I don't expect a big change from that. We could possibly try piloting, like, a higher magic resist gear set. The Sanguine Noble Robe is actually pretty high on its magic resistance. It's a little low on its physical resistance, actually. I'd kind of like a balance. How much of the Carrion Knight set can we actually wear at the same time? Most of it, if not the whole dang thing. Looks like we can actually wear full Carrion if we're just using the heavy battle axe. So let's try this. Excuse me. Whew. Send that back up. Head over this way. Let's get right to the fight. Drink on the way in. I'm not going to try greases yet, but that might be something on the horizon. You have a nice big battle unit for this. Whew. Thank goodness for adequate magic resistance. Right? Can't be there? Ah, right. I forgot about the trajectory of that sword summoning twirly attack. It's pretty close in. That being said, the Carrion Knight set is giving us really appreciable defense here. That stab, I think, was lethal with other armor sets. So that's a mix of the Carrion Knight and the, what's it called? This guy. I think there's a better version of this available as well, like a little later. It's got like a whole other name. Like, I don't think it's plus anything. I think it's like the Ancient Dragon's Shield Talisman. So right now, this has got Spiked Cracked Tear on it. I don't think Spiked Cracked Tear is going to be meaningful in this boss, because I don't think there's any chance in hell we can get her to sit still. Okay, if I get hit by the overhead, I still can't roll between those two things. So I need to hold back for a bit and try and get her in a more vulnerable position. Oh, after this I'll have to change out the talisman for something, or that part of the mixed physic. I could try using, let's see, what's it called? I could try using a Faith Knot to allow me to cast Black Flame, and I could go in with that buff. For that matter, we could actually try a whole other weapon set that is actually intended to take advantage of that buff. Right. For that one, I usually been charging in, doing damage. Little zap there. And that hits far out. Oh, I got a full charge attack. Ow. It's me. Nah. Why is it that that galloping in slam feels so difficult to avoid sometimes? I think the problem is I need to dodge it entirely on timing. Spacing doesn't seem to be getting the job done in that case. Okay, so let me muck with something I've been thinking about. So I would need to use this with the Clawmark Seal. And the stat spread on this guy, I'm actually meeting with my current setup because it requires lower dexterity than the Gargoyle Twin Blades, or than the Twin Knight Swords. So I'm assuming that I can cast buffs onto this guy. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I can apply a grease, so I can cast a buff. So on our physic mix, we change the Spike Cracked out to the Faith Knot. and I add to my spell memorization Black Flame Blade, I should be able to cast Black Flame Blade so long as I have the Faith Knot going. And it's currently held in both hands. So it's got its pretty fast attacks. Cool. It's theoretically got a block too. And we're still on medium load with this. So while I'm not holding it in both hands, after drinking the Mixed Physic, I should be able to apply the buff. Let's take a look. And, what's it called? Mixed Physic lasts for 3 minutes. So we've got a 3-minute window of being able to apply this buff. Also, we'll be applying the buff after giving ourselves plus 10 strength from the Mixed Physic. And our current strength is 20, so we'll be applying it with 30 strength. That could be pretty good. So we drink this. Then we cast this. We hold weapon in both hands and we go. I'm not sure how long the buff itself lasts. I'm guessing probably about a minute. Oh, it lasts for no time at all. Well, that's good to know. It already wore off. Yeah, I can't get hit by that stab. We're gonna try it with Blood Flame Blade instead of Black Flame Blade. Because it looks like Black Flame lasts such a short time, it's gonna be basically impossible to use. And let's see, we currently have this at plus 19, which is the point where it would use plus 7s to upgrade. We have not committed to the upgrade beyond this. I'm gonna keep using this to fuss with and, you know, see if it's interesting. I could also go a different direction with this and try the Intelligence Knot. And that would allow me to cast Ice Blade and muck with that. I also haven't tried adjusting the scaling type on the weapon. There might be a better option. I don't know. All right, Blood Flame active. Let's go. Ouch. Ouch. Ah. What is that she's doing? Is that more swords than before? It's like a double retinue of swords. She looks buffed. Okay, I see. This is her phase 2. That's a lot of arrows. Jeez. That was cool, though. I was able to get a lot of damage off. I managed to proc a bleed. So I'd say this is a reasonable type of thing to try and do. I only got the one bleed proc, and I didn't take advantage of the stun. Part of that's because I didn't know it was going to happen. Now, I note that, you know what, I'm assuming her resistance profile is probably similar to the Carrion Knight set. So she's got a lot of robustness, so she's theoretically not that perturbed by bleed or frost. So actually, let me go back to the thingamajig, and I'm going to try doing this with the poison blade and see if we can trigger poison on her. So let's memorize Poison Blade. So theoretically, the immunity is like half as good as her other stats, if her profile of damage resistance is very similar to the Carrion set. If she's got her own like special Halig Tree set at this point, then I don't know. How am I supposed to deal with that? Now, I'm assuming the way that the scaling applies to this type of spell is that, what's it called? The component scaling determines the amount of poison you're inflicting. We'll also have to find out how long this lasts. Ah. I thought I might be able to slip under that. Her armor's definitely different. It's a Halig Tree related armor. Well, I don't think that's a conclusive testing by any means, so keep at it. It's very, like, I've never tried using something like a dual weapon on an SL1 run. That's an interesting thought. But hey, we've got a couple options. Spinning Slash is also probably pretty handy. It came out faster than expected, so it's probably like a repeated input type thing. Come on. Gotta back off before I get horse kicked. Poison Blade is still active. Right, right. Poison Blade is kicked off. Ah! He's sprightly. So even with, so I'm not triggering poison. Which means this buff is doing actually nothing. And I still haven't found any kind of, like, fire weapon buff, right? I've got Order's Blade, which is holy damage, but it requires int and faith, which makes it a little difficult to use. Okay. No. Got the Black Flame Blade, Blood Flame, the Poison Armament. That's basically it, except for magic damage and invisibility, and frost damage. All of which we expect to not be terribly effective against her. Alright. Well, that was an interesting experiment for a bit. This is also still a plus 18 weapon, which, you know, could be better. So I'm going to go back to using the Heavy Battle Axe. And I'm just going to see what more we can do. Let's see. In terms of the physic, let's not use the Faith Knot one way or another. We could do Opaline Hard Tier. Not doing any special damage types. You know what? Let me keep up with Spiked, and I'm just going to try and see if I can find opportunities to land charge attacks. I think there might be something we can do charge attack-wise if we can actually get behind her in certain circumstances. But we're very much back down to an experimental point for the fight. So far, the Gargoyle Blade Blood Flame setup seems to have been, like, loosely pretty good. Got the drink. This armor set is also a huge help. Oh, I got kicked and sworded at the same time. I'm not supposed to let that happen. This is why we don't want to be directly behind the horse. Not all the time. Or why we have to be wary about it. I don't mind prompting that attack, because I'm pretty sure I can punish that attack by rolling and doing like a jumping attack. I just need to make sure I'm not hanging out there when she's in neutral. There is just a little bit of telegraph for it. Rather than a telegraph, I'd say there's a cadence to her using that attack. Which is that, you know, if we're that close and she's not moving, she's probably about to throw that out. A lot of her other attacks, her posture on the horse is changed based on the attack she's using. So basically, if her horse is at stable posture, that's when we have to watch out. Like there. But she didn't have any swords out, so that's easy for us to recover from. Plenty of time. Okay, that was pretty uncomfortable, and I didn't think about it correctly. After taking that kind of hit, I need to back up. Alright, I should try incorporating some Royal Knight's Resolve into this as well. So I'm throwing out some heavy attacks, but I haven't been charging them yet. Haven't been that bold. When she does, there's one of the stabbing patterns that requires her to flip her halberd like back out of the ground afterwards. That should be my opportunity to use a charge attack. Is get that to whiff and then use a big charge. Okay, that's a little bit of something else I can exploit. I can do a jump in on her shield side for free. Her first attack on that side seems to be a sweep a lot of the time, and it's going overhead so long as I'm in the post-jump attack crouch. And when I get up from that crouch, I can roll again, so that's pretty cool. The thing I have to look out for is the big committal moves that I want her to use, she's not using, so I need to bait those out. Probably by keeping my distance a little more. I think when I'm getting in close, close and behind, she stops having the behavior for the type of attack that I want. So I need to stay in a certain position for a little bit longer to bait out the attack I'm looking for. Okay, that jump was a little early. Okay, not enough time for a full charge. Whew. Ouch. So long as my ranging on that is okay, I can essentially... Okay, that big swing I can do a full charge on. Okay, jumping in on that was a death sentence. Alright, so I found at least one option where I can get in a full R2. Also, on the arrow, if I'm running to the right, I can use the arrow release sound effect as the cue to dodge, and I will be pretty much fine. I think that's going to be a reliable means of getting away from that. I don't know if that's going to apply to her triple arrow, since she decided to have even nastier mechanics this time. Just kind of the story of Elden Ring. Seems every boss has the ability to dial it up and be harder. That's different. That's interesting. I dodged by attacking there. Not quite enough, and I was too far away to get the dodge. Dicey, but we got it. Ah. That reached further back than I expected it to. I thought I could strafe it, but it was the same. It's the same leaping attack, so I just gotta roll under it. There's nothing else for it. What's it called? I remember from her first fight that a proper set of dodges on her double magic sweeps is good to go for a punish, like a leaping attack. I just didn't actually do it because I needed to heal. Thankfully, that attack has a nice big telegraph that is pretty much the same as the first fight, at least for the first phase. I noticed that in this fight, her second phase knife sets, they go out in two waves, which is annoying. I'm not gonna have fun with that. Wonder if hitting the rider does more damage. Doesn't seem so. Ah, I didn't get it right. She was a little closer than usual. I'm doing a pretty good job bleh, of getting around her stuff in melee and getting in a solid number of hits. A lot of heavy attacks. She's not taking stun from it. Not yet. But I'm not getting her with like a lot of fully charged R2s like Moog. And Moog was also wearing robes. I don't know how much armor factors into whether or not you're going to take stagger. Now, the other thing that I have to wonder about armor, and I think I can actually test this really quick. So, I have a massive amount of attack with this. So we've got 440 approximately in two hands. This guy over here, even in two hands, is like 300. If the damage from this guy is anywhere near comparable, then we actually need to be using a blunt weapon against Loretta. So we were getting 500 damage before on the leap attacks. I gotta make sure I land a hit to figure out. $200. For a plus 12 weapon, this seems better than I expected. Wait, I got a stun on her. This is running, like, really oddly well. I thought she would do a back kick there. That's new. Oh, okay. That was overdue, honestly. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm gonna upgrade this weapon a lot more. It's got longer reach for one than the battle axe, so I'm whiffing less. And I get the feeling its damage is actually notably better against these heavy armored targets. So, yeah, let's go back to the round table hold, and we will burn some quality materials. I think I've already got most of what I need to upgrade this in my inventory. Yeah, I could take it up even using the 7s. By the way, it's bugging me to have these sitting in my inventory. Let's, we don't have enough golden seeds to do that, but we can do this. Burn the sacred tier. There's no reason not to. All right, old Kaja would be this way. All right. And I need to get about 6 upgrade levels on this, so we're gonna sell off. We probably only need 2 of those. There we go. Yeah, we'll throw this in. This is a bit of a bet. And I will change the Ash of War. It doesn't matter much what I use. I could use Determination. I think Determination's basically the same as Royal Knight's Resolve, it's just like a weaker version. I use Gravitas, but like a heavy Gravitas. Strength scaling A. So it's even more effective with heavy. I think Gravitas is the buff one, right? Like buff the weapon. It does not display here. Large, colossal swords, axes, and hammers. If it's equipped, I can't see it. That's kind of lame. Yeah, power up your next attack. Royal Knight's Resolve is a better version of that. Yeah, do I have to, like, go in here and... What do I... Gravitas, yeah. Thrust the arm into the ground to create a gravity well. Oh, nope, it's not the one I was thinking of. And over here, Royal Knight's Resolve greatly powers up your next attack. Royal Knight's Resolve is strictly better than the other, than Determination. Warcry is strong attacks change to charging attacks. It increases attack power. Endure is poise up. And there's Wild Strikes, Stamp Upward Cut, and Stamp Sweep. I think it's actually annoying that these are 2 separate things. It used to be in Dark Souls 3 that you would just do Stance instead of Stamp into moves, or you would Stamp and then hit a button, and that would determine what you had. Storm Stomp. Slice. Yeah, Sacred Blade, fire a holy fire projectile and enchant with holy, so that's cool. Salute and Holy Essence, so that's a buff. cool. I could try Chilling Mist, but keep it heavy. That'd be pretty handy, actually. Oh, oh, so you don't need an incantation for luring, I guess. Masks the user's present. Oh, deal damage, but go invisible and silence footsteps. I didn't even know I had that. Alright, so I don't want to use Gravitas. It's not the skill I thought it was. I've got 8 of these. I think I might just duplicate Royal Knight's Resolve. Yeah, these are my 4 occult setups. Go figure. There's... Oh. Loretta's Slash, usable only on polearms and twin blades. Cool. I should check that out sometime. The Carrion Greatsword actually looks pretty good, too. And then Glintstone Pebble is absurd. I'm actually just going to change this over to Royal Knight's Resolve. And then we will keep this set on heavy. Okay. Any other considerations? I could go back to... I'm going to go back to Exalted Flesh on this, for one. I don't think we need to bother with crab meat at this point, although I have quite a lot of the stuff. Ailing Tree Town. Alright, let's get back to it. Yeah, I think the second phase is going to continue to perplex me a bit. Yeah, we've got 226, 300. It's about 370? Yeah, so 370 is like 70 damage less, which makes sense as we're 6 upgrade levels shorter. There's not a lot we can do in terms of getting more upgrade materials. There's a little bit. Now, of course, we do have a slightly better scaling on this, and that was the numbers before. So yeah, we go up to 420, almost 430. And this does not display on the paper doll. Ow, right. I wasn't thinking about that. That was dumb. Ah. Okay, so with the buffs, our damage on this 6 upgrades lower weapon actually comes out comparable. It's 6 upgrades lower, faster, and longer reach, but the damage is pretty comparable with Exalted Flesh included. That's definitely telling me that strike damage is better against this person. Now, for that matter, I'm assuming the heavy hammer is more valid than the mace. In terms of, like, one-handable blunt weapons. Because I don't really want to try using something much slower than this. I can eat Exalted Flesh for like 30 encounters, so I think. Took a bit of damage. I wasn't thinking about that clearly. Let's clean that up off the floor. She's being really non-committal and magic spammy today. Got kicked. Bummer. So I held down on B button too long in order to release it to dodge. I pressed it a bit early and I held down on it to like make sure I was able to dodge at the right time. But I held down on it too long and the grace period expired. So it was probably starting to transition my character into a run. I do appreciate for a moment the fact that there's like a swing blur through the air when you like swing a weapon. That's cool. I've never thought about that. I think that's as of Dark Souls 3 that there's been an effect tied to your weapon swings. Okay, so without the Exalted Flesh, that's like 80 damage we lose. No? Okay. Okay, that was really rude to do while you had swords out. Oh, come on. I should probably be rolling forward through that. That hit me with like the very minor bit of the AoE on the back end. It's like the last frames of the attack got me. Alright, alright. I need to be a little more bullish with this fight. That's how I got the knockdown in the first place. I don't know where to actually try to critical her, so on knockdown, we need to go for Royal Knight's Resolve into Heavy Swing. It seems as though that's basically all we get for the knockdown. That's okay, that's good damage. Okay, I couldn't quite get the weapon swing dodge with that trajectory. Ah, dang it. I was not recovered. That being said, if you had told me before I started playing Elden Ring how often I would be using, like, attack low-profile dodges, I would not believe it. That technique is something I've only ever done by accident before. And now, here, with Moog and with this fight, I've been doing it on purpose, and it's starting to spook me. I'm like, oh yeah, if I attack, I'll totally low profile this next thing. What? 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 How did I start understanding that? I don't logically understand it either. It's just something I started doing. But I mean, hey, it's this gal's tall in the saddle, so really do feel better about my damage profile for this fight with Exalted Beat. Oh, that was too early. Plonk. Stamina's pretty low. Couldn't quite get that dodged in time. Whew, barely had the time for that one. I'm just gonna stay way the hell far away from that. Dang it. That's what I get for going way the hell far away. So, it's 3 slashes. All of the slashes are on her halberd side. Looks like, until the down slam, she's really not gonna be able to hit her shield side. So it's yet another thing she does where the answers just stick to her. So that's neat. I low-profiled another attack during that fight. I'm a madman. Jeez, what compels me to do this sometimes? Honestly, I was really happy that I got a fully charged Royal Knight attack in. Those things do a crushing amount of damage. Getting 1600 on her the same way we did on Moog. So that is pretty exciting. Whoops. Right, that was one of my old tricks. You can jump over that. I forgot. Ah, dang it. So I'm feeling mostly good about the fight. This is reminding me a lot about fighting Loretta initially, but better, because I've learned more about her patterns. I feel really good about fighting her in general, and then she shoots an arrow and I die. I don't think there's much to do about that either, because I'm not going to sacrifice any of these talismans or stats. I could theoretically sacrifice the Dragon Shield talisman for, like, the magic +1. Maybe that would work. I don't know. Who knows? You know what? This place is affiliated with Holy. Is a cult effective here? Let's try a cult after this. Ouch. That was a bad dodge direction to choose. Also, I didn't actually activate my Royal Knight's Resolve when she was injured, which is a bummer. I could have done a lot more damage. Okay, let's do a quick test on Occult style. I'm pretty sure I can do Occult on any weapon without actually changing the Ash of War. Pretty sure I found a whetstone for that. I'm assuming I found all the game's whetstones, so I haven't found an Ash of War that does something I can't do. Yeah, this is a giant list, so... Okay, so the Occult Hammer is, like, how much less than the Heavy Hammer? So we were at about 300 and... Well, I mean, we were doing about a 400-something all said and done. So this gives us arc scaling with Occult, like, a lot of it. And it takes our strength scaling basically out of the equation. So this gives me the feeling, since I haven't found an arc knot buff, this will probably just reduce our damage to a trivial state no matter what. Like, I think there's, given the way it affects the scaling, I think there's not a way for this to be good for us in this build, but it's interesting overall because being able to scale arc into damage is pretty cool. For certain builds. If you have a weapon with an inherent status procs, the status proc and the damage are both benefiting from arc. That could be kind of nice. This does, like, weirdly good damage for having a lot less damage than it should. Gotta back up and drink. So, I think it's almost certainly true that she is vulnerable to this. I'm just not able to manipulate that very well. I need the scaling to be there. Very rude. Oh, that hitbox is weirdly narrow. Yeah, okay. Same thing is killing me every time. So that was interesting. I got 2 stuns on her, which is hilarious. I was speeding her up. Really funny. All right. Oh, that's not what I need to change. It's the Ashes of War. Back to heavy. We are a strong boy. I'd say we're, faring very well in the fight. The thing that is killing me has been those friggin' that multi-shot most of the time. I was even on the wrong side of her, like, spinny nonsense, and it didn't get me. Ouch. Hit and a bumper dodge. Bummer. Whew. Spicy. Okay. Got to figure out the pacing for that a bit better. So we definitely want to be sticking to her during the phase transition. We can get in a ton of damage there if I pick it out correctly. I was a little overeager during the phase transition and didn't use Royal Knight's Resolve. Blood Flame Blade getting crossed out is confusing me sometimes and making me think I don't have access to Royal Knight's Resolve. But that's not actually true. They cross out independently, and Royal Knight's Resolve is very cheap. Very cheap. So I need to be a bit more aware of the fact that that's pretty readily accessible. Let's see. I don't think we're any less likely to die in the second phase per using a Rune Arc. So I'm not going to worry about that yet. Oh. keep trying to straight that. Stop trying that. Doesn't work. I'm back here. There. Don't need to dodge it. I was out. Dang it! Well, there's the tragic death out of the way. I really wish she didn't gallop to the wall before doing the exact attack. Because if she was not on that wall, I think I might have been able to see that better. But that benefits my understanding of the attack a bit more, I think. She can auto-correct it pretty ferociously, so I need to be almost directly underneath her, and it looks like it'll whiff, because I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a hitbox on her body for that attack. At least that is my presumption thus far. My swing was too late to get me under her attack. Ah, she left. Got her just in the nick of time. Oh, I didn't dodge the second one. Happened a little earlier than I thought. It was fast. Man, I was really hoping that the one fight where I managed to dodge the triple bow shot twice, I was really hoping that would be the end of it. Arrgh. I only had to dodge the one more attack. I actually might have been able to attack her in between her swings to get her. I know it was either 2 lights or maybe 1 heavy to get her at that point. Just needed to dodge the one more attack. Man. You could turn back time. Aw. Boom. Okay, I walked a little too far back. Slurp. I can't see where that attack is going. Honestly, I actually couldn't control my dodge direction either, because she's at a wall. I think the way I'm fighting her is naturally going to push her back into walls, and I'm just going to have to figure that out a bit. I probably need to back up after the second dodge for that attack, and then dodge back in on the third swing, just to give myself some visual clarity. But I did get through her first phase really trivially. 1,300 damage on her stun. Feels good. Feels good, man. Let's push it. No? You don't want to let me bonk your horse? Come on. Oh, couldn't quite get that. No horse kick? Alright. I was worried that dodge might have been too early. Crunch. Ow. Phase change? Yeah, figured. Ouch. Okay, that was a bad idea on me. Many swords. Expecting the bow shot any moment now. There it is. Two, three. That one's the classic. Crunchy. I didn't have the... There we go. Got her. Okay. I didn't have the FP to actually use Royal Knight's Resolve there, which would have killed her if I had the FP. But I don't have time to drink in the friggin' second phase. It's not happening. All right. That was pretty good. I got to a very, comfortable place in terms of that fight. And then after a couple attempts in a comfortable place, we're able to pivot that into a victory. Which means that I'm certain that up next is going to be the much, much tougher Melania. I have seen people talking about her on the internet. Ooh boy. It does me a distress. I am concerned. Okay, that being said, like, taking out that Loretta rematch makes me feel like a punk for beating the first Loretta with Hoarfrost Stomp in its strong state. Like, man, if I had realized she was that trollable the first time through, I think Moog just, like, forced me to level up my game. So let's do our shopping. Yeah, oh, wrong one. This one. Yeah, I'll just get like 50 lumps of flesh. Some hefty beast bones. Some slivers of meat. I could also get turtleneck meat, but I don't particularly care about the extra stamina recovery consumables. I never use them. I think it's like pro strat stuff. Might as well buy another 24 of these. And more of those too. Sure. So we are now capable of upgrading quite prodigiously, if we should care to. It's going to be a lot easier to go back through these and take clips and do boss fights and things now that I have all of my boss kills highlighted. I could just do one boss kill highlight reel. Sounds good. I need to do that for Bloodborne as well. I actually need to finish my Bloodborne editing because I have beaten the DLC, but I never included my, I think I stopped after Ludwig. I edited the Ludwig video. Heavy battle axe. Actually, wait. Quality is 290, 240 plus 190. Oh, wait. Quality's better? Quality's better before we... I think that means quality's better before we put it in two hands. I think the promenade is the spot we just got. SL1 builds use quality in this game. How freaking ridiculous is Elden Ring? Okay, so that is the two-handed numbers. Still, that's the numbers before the plus 10 extra strength. But the scaling is B in either case. I rode ahead. All right. We continue our route towards the base of the Halig tree. Okay, we have a treasure chest up on top of there. Neat. Still in a dream, Snake Eater. Don't you... Oh, it's taking me down? I see why that says don't you dare seek left. It's because left is oh, man, there's like a whole dang city up here, down here. So I still don't understand, say, the roles and differences and things between the Halig tree and the Erd tree. Aeonian butterflies. We're getting closer to the source of this rot. Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones. That's a regular weapon smithing stone, not the somber version. I wonder if Ancient Dragons are repeatedly acquirable in this, or if there's a hard limit on them. That is varied between each of the games. Dark Souls 1, you can only get, like, 3 Titanite slabs, if I remember right. It's very, very limiting. And you need different kinds of Titanite slabs to max out different kinds of weapons. It hasn't been that nasty since. Both Dark Souls 2... In Dark Souls 2, you can straight up buy a couple of slabs, but just a couple. You can max out a decent number of things, though. And then Dark Souls 3, you just kind of get a lot. Is that an enemy right in front of a Grace? You troll. It's like, why you gotta be like this? Why are you like this? I'll backstab you for that. Pulling some crazy shit on me. Pummeling you into the ground. Well, that turned out way better than expected. Okay. So now we're kind of getting to the area where the holiness and the rot kind of converge. So Melania, we understand at this point, is one of the Empyrean. She has the potential to be the next Malika. Whatever that necessarily entails is a little unclear. What we can understand from that at the very least is that she had the possibility and promise... Oh, that's nice. Excuse me. Of being eternal. I get the feeling that a resolved leaping attack is very often going to knock somebody over. Yeah, that breaks shields pretty nicely. Brass shield. Oh, these guys can drop smithing stone 6s. That's cool. There are cocoons in here. Is that reminiscent of Miquella's cocoon? Hmm. Just grab this. You don't need to worry about me, man. That other guy hasn't woken up. Definitely can't jump to that. That's fun for later. Oh, please don't shoot things at me. Oh, no, 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 no. Stay away from that ledge. Step back from that ledge, my friend. This is almost certainly, like, there's probably a cool item up here. Oh, no. Does it just keep spamming that while I'm far away? I'm gonna die. Yup. Okay. So if he's alive, there's not going to be any way to grab that, right? Unless I can get to that spot without triggering him, which might be possible. The enemies around here seem to give a lot of runes. A lot of runes. Which I'm not too surprised by. Okay. So... Excuse me. Just, you are carrying a horn? Suffer not a horn bearer to live. I'm sure you understand. Can I go through here? I'm just gonna grab that and who popped poison? Why do you look all glowy? probably a buff being provided by one of his mates. That was a purple item on that corpse for some reason. Okay, so one of those guys is a poison breath mist? Huh. So running through this straightforward pile of guys is not my usual style. Oh, you know, I can probably... here? Just hop off here. Oh, there's a hole in this? That leads to a spot I've already been to. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get to that spot without that tree being triggered. Looks like I can. He must have been alerted to something I was doing while fighting. Nope. He just got alerted by this climbing, and I'm gonna die. Okay. So, I'd probably... if I want to climb up that ladder, I have to either wait for him to patrol away, or use a distraction effect, or turn myself invisible somehow. So, there are options, but whatever. Other possibility, he might be a one-time spawn enemy, so killing him will probably remove that concern. Okay, so I could probably jump down at the end of that. Or there's a staircase. I could also take the stairs, I guess, theoretically. Lightning great bolts. Where you've left? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. A couple guys there. There's you. Haven't been up here yet. Excuse me. Just a parting gift for you. Got an item here. Smithing at 8. Cool. Okay, several interesting things. I'm gonna go over here. Up to this. There's a lot of messages pointing in here. Ooh, you look fancy. I haven't been able to use Resolve on a sneak attack before. It barely hurts you. Here we go. These guys have a bit of a wait-and-see approach, don't they? Clean Rot Knight Finlay. Clean Rot Knight. Does that mean he's a rot cleaner, or that his rot is somehow clean? Oh, This looks intriguing. Uh-oh. Bummer. Well, this place keeps going. That's cool. We've got a lot of items hanging out here, so I'm really just trying to get a lot of that stuff picked up. It's possible I'm going to want to upgrade that hammer, depending on whether or not there are any more heavily armored bosses left in the game. So I know from online that some of my remaining enemies are Melania, Malekith, I see, I didn't come in. This is what I avoided with some of my clever routing. Excuse me. Oh man, there are a lot of side rooms in this place. Many of which are not necessarily good for your health. Those are crossbows. Those are ballista. Ouch. Looks like I can make this fall. Okay. That probably drops aggro on a lot of things that were behind us. Okay, but there are other things down here to be wary of. One of those. Okay. Scarlet Rot. It's a rotten version. Okay, the Rot's pretty tough. And to be honest, like, that guy's still not taking a lot of damage. Somber 9, okay. Alright. We have gotten all the items in that side room. We do not have to address that side room again. Which is good, because the damage I was doing was not enough to make up for, like, those guys in general. That being said, the scaling fell back off of this, so I cannot trivially re-equip it. If I'm making that kind of swap on the fly, it's okay, but it's still back to standard scaling. And a big part of the damage I'm getting out of those weapons is by pivoting them to heavy or quality, and then taking a drink along with it. Just want to go up along this way, so that I can head over here, cut right, and do this. And I already went inside of there. We're gonna try hopping to this. That's apparently reachable. That's kind of cool. What's up here? Ooh, another treasure chest. Somber Ancient. That's pretty snazzy. Creep along here. And a Seedbed Curse. Alright, those are a key item. That's all we find up along here. If I can make this jump. Oh, we can. Sweet. Okay, bring me back down here. Got Daddy Longlimbs over there. Ignore him for a bit. So in the low areas over this way, what do we have? Something made a noise. It's one of those dudes being spawned up. I hate that poison breath. Yeah, massive, massive area denial for SL1. So I think that torch over there is maybe the end of the road on the low side. So I can head back around there. I think I actually need to take a different branch at one of the ladders, or at one of the stairway splits, actually. That item and that doorway look important. They better be, because, like, by all intents and purposes, it looks like you have to go the entire way back along the high road to get to that. Although, actually, I say the entire way back along the high road, but you could prop up. My jump didn't go off. If you could give this guy the slip and jump there, Wait a minute. Okay, no, this is a no horse allowed zone. I don't like dealing with this guy and his light lasers in a no horse allowed zone. That's really rude. I rely on the horse a lot to be able to dodge that attack. It's possible the attack's tracking will not catch me if I'm running on foot, but I really don't know. I have only successfully avoided that attack by mounting up and running off. Oh, there's also an entrance in this. I totally missed that. Okay, it's an elevator, probably up from the bottom. Yeah, okay. So he's activating really not only is he activating reliably, the first attack he is using every single time is the light lasers, which is really lame. Let me see. Race of the Halig Tree. I believe it's the second tower. Yeah, it's not the first tower that I'm jumping to. It's the second one. It's got the bell up there. I'm not sure how to recognize it from the ground. I think it might actually be that dark room at the ground level. So there was an elevator in there, a hidden one, a very carefully hidden one. Okay. No, it's definitely the high road at this point. Yeah. I want to go high here, then out onto this. Okay, so I've been going left here. I don't think I've tried this path. So what's inside this building? Okay, we've got one of the rotted crystal guys there, who I don't actually want to interact with if I can avoid it. That's not a purple item, so it's not important enough to me. Oh, that is not real. The game is usually pretty good about letting you stand on stuff like that. But I guess that one's too sheer or something. Oh, okay. Let's see. What if I go down as low as I can, and then I don't loop back around? So we'll go up here, out onto this, we jump left, then we are across this, onto this guy, then we fall down onto this, then here, over a little, and here, and now we focus ourselves on this direction. So there's a ladder up over there. I want to try letting this guy go by because he's a huge pain in the neck to fight. Bell tower would have to be several buildings back. He has seen me. Okay, I was mashing on I was mashing on dodge. We couldn't get it in between those two interactions. Let me try something for myself. Bit of a navigation trick. It's very nice that those guys swing over my head whenever I'm, like, down on the floor. Oh no, this will break, so I won't be able to use it as a benchmark. I was thinking to myself, I'll use this as a landmark so that when I get down there, I can tell which one's the bell tower. That's not going to work out. Okay, okay. I don't see an entrance facing me this way, but it blocks up the area a bit. Aha. We've got a shortcut, don't we? This place is really full of them. So what do we have down this way? Is this some nonsense I'm going to want to not fight? More seedbed curse. Okay, so this is the second floor of that building. I don't see a way to get up from the first floor. I don't know how that works. Anyway. Handy shortcuts. So coming from there... There's no opening in this. Okay. So the elevator that is in that must actually go up. Interesting. Got another one of those. Okay. Too much poison. Hate this enemy type. So there are two of them down there that will prevent me from getting through that door. All right. So it was down the stairs we're able to jump over. Right here. Okay. Is there anything inside this? Not particularly. All right. We have to try fighting these guys. It did one attack, and I spammed dodge thinking it would follow up, and then it didn't follow up. Brr. For that enemy type, I might actually just want to try and tear through it with Flame of the Redmanes. Something else like that. I can use the longsword and still not be weighed down. Let's try this. A lot of the enemies here are rot-themed, and fire is a classic weakness. I don't know how well that holds up. It seems like it's been canonically used. So let's hope they had it right. Because to get whatever secret's back here, I'm gonna have to fight through two of these guys. I can't get out of their attacks very well. They've got that like stance for a minute and lunge thing, which if you're able to spend some time looking at it, you can figure it out. Okay, let's see. You know what? There's another option here. We could just try blocking a couple of their attacks to understand more about how it works. seems like to have a good chance of exploring this place, I might have to get pretty good at fighting that enemy type. There's like 4 of them down here in this lower area. Okay, another option. If I hug the right wall and sneak, does the one show up on the left? No, that one won't trigger. This one will. Okay, so half of its attacks are just going to carry it far beyond, like, where I'm at. And the other half of its attacks are, oh my god. This guy, these things have tons of HP. Like, why is it like this? Why are you like this? So I would ordinarily assume that an enemy type like this would have, like, Pus of Man level design, where they are vulnerable to something that you can use to, like, stall them out. So, let me see. Will they be distracted by Beast Blood Pots? So if I can distract one with a Beast Blood Pot, maybe I can go past it. It says beasts only, though. Very specifically. Very specifically. There are other ones that say they affect men, but I haven't gotten those to work in other cases where I'm up against humanoids. Uh-oh. Whew, saved it. Oh, that one's standable. Cool. Okay. Was the crouching important, or is it just holding right that's important? Seems like it's just holding right. Okay. If it's just the one, can I just zoom to the door and open it? Wait, did he not pick up on me? America's Sore Seal. Okay, I'm aware of what that item is. America's Sore Seal is the version that gives us some... It gives us some different sets of stats. He's gonna notice me when I come through here. Right? No? Okay. I didn't think I could actually sneak past these guys. That helps a lot. In case I'm not going to worry about possibly using, like, the fire setup or anything. Just keep sneaking. Just keep crawling. And hopefully, it'll just keep working. It seems to me that when those guys spawn up, is not linked to their aggro. Now this one just clambers about. I'm gonna need you to not notice me. Oh wait, there's an important item in there. Crap. Don't look at me! Ah! Running, 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 running. Don't even worry about me. Just let me do this. I don't think they have any attacks that go up. Famous last words. Okay, I don't need to pick a fight with that guy right now. Or that other guy. Just gonna head on over this way. Can I get a grace? Anywhere, anytime, just a little bit of grace. I'm gonna kick you off this rooftop to make me feel better. Even if it pisses this guy off. Sometimes I just need to kick somebody off a rooftop. Alright, excuse me. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta kick somebody off the rooftop, like, to win the mental. Can I open this? Doesn't look like it. No. Alright, well, we're heading up here. Maybe. Okay, that's nothing. So... Oh. Not dead yet. Very shortly dead. Grace! Oh my goodness. It took so long. I've been looking everywhere for you. Oh, this is how you get up to that second level. He is very persistently trying to shoot me with holy death lasers, isn't he? Yeah. Ooh, Halig Tree Knight Helm. Okay, whatever the Halig Tree Knight set is, it's a good hint at the resistances and things. Okay. Yeah, strike is somewhat more effective. Immunity lower than robustness, so that's a very similar defensive profile to the Carrion Knight set. Armament. Okay. Try and cut over here. What do we have here? Therefore, seek behind. You punks. 3 of them. Try mist. Mist. What have I got for pots? Okay. These have actually never helped me. How many sleep pots can I make? As many as I care to. So, if I throw a bunch of sleep pots at these guys, will they not freak out? Or will they just freak out extra? Right, that did nothing, so we're just gonna grab this and die. Chest is now open. An open chest is 50% of the way to me getting an item. And I'm gonna die the moment I pick that up. Maybe even before. Hey, don't mind me. Yoink. Rotten Crystal Sword. What's down this hall anyway? More tree root stuff? Okay, so this is leading into something. It's rotted. It's still good. So in the previous room, I did not engage with the thing that looked like it was kind of a door, because I assumed that I would actually be able to walk through it. Ah, whatever. I want to look at that thing. It seems like I'm about to go ahead, basically. I don't want to leave everything behind. I'm comfortable with missing quite a bit, but not everything. Okay, so this is what I was disregarding. Okay, yeah, that's not interactable. It's just a light thing. Doorway, whatever. That being said, in some of the areas that I blitzed through, did I leave anything else on the floor? Let's find out. Oh, it looks like I can't reliably jump back to that in particular. And if I go down from here, I'm definitely going to have to fight that tree. Yeah, okay, nothing on that bridge is worth it. There's no way. Okay. So, moving on. We come over here. We hook a right. Then up this route. Into this path over here. Here's where things are starting to look kind of sickly. Why is it always Scarlet Rot? An excellent, excellent question. Can I craft any more preserving boluses? Yep. I think I built up on some sacramental buds. Those things have been pretty valuable. The MVP plants. Ah, it wouldn't lock on, so for a moment I thought, like, is it actually a bug? It was certainly a bug. Okay, I can leave that guy alone. He's just kind of vibing. I don't have to pick a fight with him. Okay. Oh, whoops, that was the wrong way. Excuse me, boys. These guys are actually fairly slow, so I think they'll let me go. Oh, I woke him up, didn't I? I have no quarrel with you, good sir. Good bug, sir.